Hello, I'm the Dark Master, and welcome back to my LEGO reviews. This time I'll be reviewing set number 70676, Lloyd's Titan Mech. It comes with 876 pieces and 6 minifigures. Let's start with the figures. From left to right, we have Lloyd, Zane, a Blizzard Warrior, a Blizzard Archer, a Blizzard Swordmaster, and General Vex. Let's start with the good guys. Lloyd has the Legacy hood in green. Very similar figure was in a previous video, but now with this hood and golden sword, which looks cool in gold. The katana holder looks decent. The legs and torso printing are nice, but I don't have much to say about them. Zane, meanwhile, is far more unique, if not entirely canonical, in how it's depicted. Not gonna spoil the reveal. This face print is pretty cool with the scowl, but no alternative face is present. It's metallic and overall it really works. The hood is now molded in white and trans blue as the element. It really gives off the ice sort of look, kind of like real life ice. The trans blue really works with the white, and this is my favorite of the elemental hoods so far. The torso print is a bit simple, but it works. The inclusion of blue on the belt and hands really works. The back print is also nice to get. All the belts and such. Now let's go over the bad guys in the set. And you get one of everything. So if you're a person who wants to get as many as you can in one set, then I'd still recommend you get this. Though I'd also recommend you get the fortress for the big bad. Let's start with the most boring before getting on to the better ones. The Blizzard Samurai is the same as always, with a cool looking ice covered eye. I have nothing much to say about it other than the armor and helmet are cool. Get the joke? Whatever. I just find him to be nice, if a bit generic. That joke may have been bad, but this next figure ain't. While it does use the same samurai's torso and legs, it does use the alternate face. The Blizzard Archer has a unique look, showing just how a few pieces can make a figure unique. Those pieces are a samurai helmet newly molded in maroon, which is a cool recolor that is undoubtedly going to be useful, and he has this spiked armor piece now in trans blue. This really gives him a more sleek appearance to the samurai, and the crossbow weaponry is simple but effective. He really does the whole archer look well. The final generic foot soldier is without a doubt the best. The Blizzard Swordmaster, starting with the hat. It's a new style of bamboo hat molded in black. I like it. The head print is new with an angry scowl and a very degenerated face, because you see the head itself is completely transparent in trans blue. This makes sense as their in-lore is supposed to be literally animate ice, which is just amazing. Of course, there isn't a back face print, but that makes sense considering the hat and the transparent nature of this head. He does have this cool little ponytail though. Overall, his face is amazing, and it definitely gives him a unique look. The Blizzard Swordsmaster's torso print is new, with ice coming from the top of the neck. It really can be seen on both sides, but it's more prominent on the front. Also, the addition of dark blue and white makes the ice appear less flat than on the others. The dark maroon armor beneath is interesting in its complexity. One of the arms is the expected marine, but the other is trans blue, which makes the ice motif even more clear. Get it? His legs are the same as the others, however, which, reusing some pieces makes sense. For accessories, the Swordmaster has a tattered black cloak, and a pair of swords in that sweet new recolor. This is the best of the Blizzard Samurai foot soldiers, filling the theme well. But who leads these soldiers into battle, you ask? What a vexing question you've asked me. Well, don't worry. The question for this vexing inquiry is a general. General Vex, in fact. He uses the Blizzard armor, now remolded in gunmetal, replacing the maroon. I said it before, but I love the samurai armor with all the tiny details. And the versatility is excellent for customization. His helmet is also remolded in gunmetal. I really wish this armored piece would be used in the future. It really has some versatility. Vex's face print is distinctive with a heavy scowl and a horseshoe mustache made of ice. His eyebrows and sideburns are also nice in appearance. Underneath the armor, the torso, arms, and legs are the same as the Swordmaster, which makes him already better than the Samurai and Archer, which we've covered before. Now that we've covered the figures, let's go over the main build. Oh, and one last thing. He doesn't have an alternative face print, and his weaponry is the Forbidden Scroll of Spinjitzu in the ice configuration. Not much to say about that, really. And what a build it is. The excellent Lloyd's Titan mech is actually composed of two separate builds connected at the shoulder. Let's look at these individually before discussing them combined. The first build is this little flyer. This small plane has a relatively small and sleek base with a pair of katanas and a pair of spring-loaded shooters and a gear for exhaust. The figure can sit in the simple seat, and the green stud serves as this kind of funny little control pad. Overall, it's excellent. The wings are very well made due to the spinner pieces in combination with a sticker really illustrate the concept of a helicopter well. Each wing has three transparent green wings. Sadly, they can't be articulated well. There's also two exhaust ports, which the underside of the flyer doesn't look too good, but otherwise this color scheme is pretty good with the white, gold, and sand green. I really like the sand green, and it's within the rest of the mech as well. The wings can be articulated very well, though it's mostly used when combined with a larger mech. It can still be used a lot in by itself. Now let's go over the mech itself, up to down, starting with the helmet/head. The head, in quotes, slash helmet, is an ornate yet interesting design, very reminiscent of samurai. The use of stickers seems unneeded, and especially with the asymmetry, looks really bad. It really ruins the otherwise sleek look. The two dragon hilts create a pair of distinguished eyebrows/horns. Overall, this really gives off the samurai look well, and it can be lifted to give access to the driver's seat. It does look ugly, though, in that position. The cockpit has two control slope pieces. There isn't a place to hold his sword, however, which is a bit of a bummer. Now let's go over to the two shoulders. Both are identical and have 3 points of articulation. They can be flipped up and down, they can be turned around, and they can also be completely altered. The shoulder pads themselves are quite detailed with a lot of texture and have better non-asymmetrical stickers that actually add rather than subtract to the look. The torso itself has excellent shaping. A sticker is in the center, which is a bit off-center, but it's fine. There's texture provided by the gold bionicle Fantoka blades, ingots, and clamps all together. There is a sand green slopes and shield pieces of all various sorts that are all set upon a white background. From the side, white slopes and golden tooth pieces fill in the frame just a bit more. Overall, I find this to be an excellent torso, even if it doesn't have waist articulation, and it kind of looks like it would from a distance. The arms are built identically, the upper arms being a compact, highly articulated build with Nexo shields in white to create a sleek look. Otherwise, nothing much to say. The lower arms use a golden wheel piece, quite unique as a sort of cuffling/joint, which is an interesting use of pieces. The hands both use the same build, 3 Exoforce arms and a thumb clip. There is an axle exposed to take the sword in both hands if you want to do it, but the left is preferable. As for the sword itself, it looks like a scaled up Lloyd's own sword with a cool tassel at the end. I would say the red is a bit off and should have been recolored to gold. The other hand, however, has a different weapon slash shield. The right hand has a weapon slash shield shuriken piece molded in gold. It can be turned using two knobs, one in the front, one in the bottom. It also can hold a sword, but I really don't think it looks good because it leaves one of the arms pretty much defenseless. Anyway, let's go to the hips now. Much like Kai's movie Fire Mech, it uses multiple ratchet joints, though this looks way better in my opinion, as it has a actual face. He also has these pair of jets. Not too much to say about them, except I think they're here just to fill out the mech. Overall, the waist articulation is pretty bad. They can easily move in one direction, and there is no neat articulation, which means that these legs are pretty much just giant pillars, which is garbage. The sand green thighs look decent with multiple golden details. The lower legs trick you into thinking there's articulation, but no, there's just this weird flag and knee flaps. On the back there are more jet turbines. Also, golden bamboo hats. Overall, I think the legs are probably the worst part of this mech, but that's been a staple for a very long time in Ninjago mechs. However, an upcoming set might fix that. The feet are large and typically bulky, only very limited articulation. But in this case, it's understandable for regards to stability. Speaking of, the mech is always leaning forward, meaning it can only stand straight up if you give the mech a back injury. Otherwise, it always looks like it's given the Michael Jackson lean. Ah! Now, when you combine the two, you get an amazing combo. The wings make him almost as tall, if not taller, than Kai's fire mech. It also just looks better and covers the mech's terrible back, as well as the ship's rather bad bottom, which kinda, they have to be bad because of the function, but still, when combined, the flaws of both sides really are just covered up. The last part of this set is the Spinjitzu spinner for Zane. I like it. It looks very icy. It works well with the others and spins just as well. The trans blue and white are just really cool. It's always nice to get recolors of pieces like this. This set comes with an inverted tan piece. I think there's a mistake because it's supposed to be clear. But hey, I mean, it still works. It just looks kind of awkward. Final thoughts on the set? I love it. The minifigure volume is and quality is just amazing. You get pretty much the entirety of the ice fraction except the leader. Though technically he is in the set. I'm not going to spoil it though. The spinner is fine and the mech lacks knee articulation, but aside from that the mech is decent except for the back. But then again that's mitigated by the combination. This is a great set. I would buy it if you can. And it's probably still in the market, so you can definitely buy it. I'm the Dark Master. And subscribe and like for more LEGO reviews if you want to. Have a nice day.